Okay, my beautiful friends, sit back and relax because this freak show it's getting more freaky, honestly. So here we are, you and me. It is now Wednesday, March 29th, 2023. People, how can I put this to you? What we have is just so absolutely mind-blowing right now with regard to this market, which isn't a market at all here. How could explain this to me? Okay, you and I, we're friends, right? We've been together a long time, you and me. All right, good. How can you have anything that slightly resembles a real market or a free market if you have a situation where central banks, none more so than the Fed here, is pumping cash into this system literally like we've never seen before. Hundreds of billions of dollars just in the last couple of weeks, and this is going to get a lot bigger moving forward here. Again, in a real market, you have buyers and you have sellers. There's always two sides to a trade here. But when you have a third party, which happens to be the biggest entity on the face of the earth with regard to driving the global economy, the global markets, the global financial system, as a third party in here propping up a dead, zombified system, how can you have a real market? You can't. Now, just to put this into perspective, stock futures are higher across the board, pointing towards gains for this market. Even though we're witnessing an interesting phenomenon take place, global bond yields are rising. The U.S. 10 yield is rising. This means bonds are selling off here. Even with that, you're still seeing risk rise, okay? MMRI about 230 right now, but the stock market seems to continue to defy gravity. Let's look back on this particular blog here. I know there are a lot of you out here who have been trying to short this market. I've never once, go back as far as you want to go, told anyone to short this market. People who are trying to short this market because they believe that there is some resemblance here of a real market, they're getting killed. They are getting destroyed despite a global banking crisis, despite a global economy that continues to create. There's no connection here. I mean, how many times have I covered the market, the economy, and the gap in the middle that's going to get wider and wider? Again, when you have a situation like this where central banks, and this is mostly the Fed, pumping endless amounts of cash into a zombified dead system, you can't have a real market. What I have explained to people is they should limit their exposure to the long end of the market. I didn't even say to get out. I never told anyone to get out of this market. Okay, I never even told anyone to short this market. If you've been on the short side of this market, more than likely you're getting slaughtered here. And the propping up of this market, we've never seen anything like this before. It's not real. There is not even the slightest bit of price discovery behind it. Just as an example, so Micron reported earnings last night, their biggest miss in history, and the stock is higher by like 3% this morning. You can't make this stuff up, but that's really what's going on here. So be very, very careful. Unless you are literally jumping in and out of this market, maybe using one of my intraday trading systems. I put out two recently in my free newsletter, link in the description of this video. Unless you are literally an intraday trader, don't short this market at all. You're going to get killed. You're going to get slaughtered. And I don't want anyone to get slaughtered here. Again, there's no real market at all whatsoever. It's so twisted. And in my view, it's just beginning here. Look, the too big to fails have now become the too small to fails. As a matter of fact, look at the big banks this morning. They're all getting bid higher. Energy is another one. If you're paying any attention to this, energy is, again, I've been explaining for I don't know how long. It's the place to be. Commodities are the place to be. What does this all mean? That we have a situation where the Federal Reserve, in this case, is pumping hundreds of billions into the system. Do you realize that the Federal Reserve's public balance sheet is less than 200 billion from a new all-time record high? You remember all the talk we heard? Oh, we're going to unwind the balance sheet. We're going to unwind the balance sheet. It's of course been another fable and another lie here, and they continue to prop it up. We're going to hit, without any doubt, the Federal Reserve's public balance sheet will hit new highs maybe by the end of the day. I mean, we don't know. And again, with all the off-balance sheet stuff that's going on right now, it's again, there's no real market here whatsoever. There's no free market economy. There's no free market. This is some kind of other entity yet to be defined. Everyone gets a trophy these days, and that's just the way it is. What else would you expect in an environment where the President of the United States can't define what a man or a woman is? I mean, could you imagine? Did you ever think when you were growing up that this would be where we are? I don't think so. It's just it's worse than Twilight Zone. Anyway, let's look over here at the market. As I said, there's the hundreds of billions of dollars that are being pumped into the zombie system that is working to prop up this market. Stock futures higher across the board. 10-year yield slightly higher. Relative strength of the dollar, which is dying on an absolute strength basis. Inflation is, forget about where this is going, people, with regard to inflation. It seems that the Federal Reserve has chosen to pump this market higher at the cost of inflation. Again, we heard about the fight of their lives that they're in right now. Central banks are determined. They are absolutely determined to get inflation reined in. What has inflation done? No surprise to me, no surprise to you since day one. We knew inflation would continue to go higher. It's going to go much, much, much higher moving forward as the Fed and other central banks pump this dead system. You understand? It's designed to do that. Consolidation of the banking system. Everything that you and I have spoken about right here in this blog is happening before our eyes. It's pretty incredible to see, honestly. Going back to the market here. We got crude oil, okay, getting bid higher. This whole thing with energy. Crude's going so much higher, people. Look, it's kind of interesting. I've been telling people since forever it's going higher and higher. It doesn't mean it's going to go higher in a straight line here, okay? Someone wrote, there was a comment, oh, Greg, when crude was X, you said it was going higher. Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't going to pull back first. Have you ever heard me say that? Okay? No asset goes up in a straight line. It goes like this. I can't get through to some people because they have no functioning brain cells here. But again, I'm a macro guy, and I'm telling you, in the bigger picture here, energy, commodities are going much, much, much higher. People, why? Understand what's happening. Let's outline this, okay, for the new people maybe. Commodities are priced in dollars. The dollar on a relative strength basis, comparative strength, continues to rise. Okay, is that a surprise to you if you follow this blog? No. I've been telling you this for years, that this phenomenon was going to take place. But on absolute terms, the dollar's getting destroyed, along with other fiat currencies around the world. The dollar still remains the prettiest belle at the ball. Period, because of the Federal Reserve being, and that the dollar is the world reserve currency, and it's I guess it's a confidence factor. It's a con job. Dollar's dying. The dollar's dying along with every other fiat currency on this planet. It's a race to the bottom here. Central banks see who can kill their currency faster. And people are sitting back here doing nothing about it as inflation continues to rise and the lies being spread by the propaganda ministry. Oh, yeah, central banks, they want to control inflation. Really, honestly? Why is it, in your opinion, that not one that I've ever seen, and I flip through them all day, Bloomberg, CNBC, Fox Business, all of them, they don't talk about how these hundreds of billions and going to be trillions of dollars pumped into a dead system isn't massively inflationary. It's massively inflationary. Back to the market. Cryptocurrency is doing fantastic today. XRP is the story. Are you watching XRP? I've been talking a lot about XRP lately. This is, I'm telling you, I've been telling people I like this stuff. It's going higher. I think it's going monumentally higher. So is Bitcoin. How's that? Bitcoin's over 28,000. For those of you waiting for it to go to zero, yeah, you're in for the weight of your freaking lives. Let me tell you that. Okay, it's really the truth. It's crazy. It's a Bitcoin, like I said, it's over 28,000 right now. I started buying this stuff again at 17,000, 17,500. Made a nice profit. I'm not getting out of this stuff here. If anything, I'm going to buy more moving forward. Gold and silver under a little pressure this morning. Whatever. There's no price discovery here whatsoever either, people. You know that, okay? Commodities. I can't stress this enough to you. And I'm just gonna tell you again. And don't listen to me. Don't listen to Greg Mannarino anymore. Listen to famed investor Jim Rogers. Jim Rogers sounds exactly like Greg Mannarino. You see, look, you and me, we understand where this is going here. Jim Rogers, he gets it too. Okay. In this kind of an environment here, okay, number one, don't short this market. Okay, unless you're intraday trading and you want to get short, get long, get short, get long, you can do that. All right. But if you're shorting this market trying to swing trade or trade over a couple of weeks period, you're going to get slaughtered. Okay. The hundreds of billions, soon to be in the trillions, pumped into this dead system is going to assure that the market goes higher. I know there's a lot of people calling for a crash, even crashes this month, which is pretty much over this entire month. We didn't get a crash. These crash callers have been consistently wrong year after year after year. It just doesn't stop. Meanwhile, some of these people have bigger followings than I do. I don't understand it. I am not a crash caller. I've been explaining to people what I think they should do here, gaining exposure to commodities, limiting your exposure at least to a certain degree with regard to the long end of this market. But look what they're doing. I've explained, and we've covered right here, that if the illusion of stability can be maintained in the debt market, the market's going up. Have a look at it. You think I nailed that one to the wall? I think I did too. Because that's what they're doing here. They're maintaining this illusion by pumping hundreds of billions and soon to be trillions of dollars into the system, into a dead system. You understand? People, like I said, you and I, light years ahead of the curve. Freaking light years ahead of the curve. We can't be beaten. We can't be beaten because what are we doing? We're going back to the roots of this entire blog, which was bet against the debt, become your own central bank. Period. And that was these right from the get-go. But I'm telling you, it's commodities where you want to be too in aggregate as the system continues to get pumped full of fake money, giving the illusion that things are better than they are. The economy globally, it's over. It's over. Manufacturing here in the United States, it's done. Debts and deficits continue to balloon. And with regard to the Fed's balance sheet, the public balance sheet, watch what's going to happen to it. In short order, we are going to hit a new record high. And I bet you it doesn't get any coverage on the mainstream channels. Imagine my shock here too. Imagine your shock. Look, this guy here loves you a lot from the heart, people. I covered a lot here with you. Please, if you think this has been interesting, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Share this stuff. I want to hear from you. I really do. This isn't just my thing. This is our thing. Okay, this is a global family as far as I'm concerned. All right. That's it, people. I'll see all of you for my live stream, 1:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's going to be lovely.